that question really, it's really aiming at how do we face these situations in life really that robs us of our peace, our high vibration, takes that away, like this. So, you see, that's why you've got to build up. See, you've got to build up the strength, where when I was in year 4 at school, I used to watch a lot of Kung Fu movies. And so I tried to be really strong and tough. And so I used to sometimes they practice, they get the sticks, they hit the stomach, and all that sort of stuff, and nothing happened. So I used to use my hands to hit my stomach, make it strong, and then it did get really strong. So I used to go to school, used to tell my friends, some of the strong guys, I used to say, I bet, hit my stomach, or give it everything you've got. They go, boom, and I go, no, give everything you've got. I don't want, give everything you've got. And it goes, bang. Nothing happens. Well, that happened because I was watching Kung Fu movies that inspired me, and I was hitting myself already many times hard. If I didn't do that, the guy hits me hard, I'll go to the hospital. I'll complain to the school principal. So, that's why it's critical to do this spiritual practice, to build up our reservoir of strength. That spiritual power, it gives us strength. And when we get hit, we get hit a little bit, but we just, we're like, okay. Or we get hurt a little bit, and then we just balance back quickly, a few minutes. We don't keep on thinking about it, and go sleep thinking about it, and tomorrow thinking about it. So you're thinking of the past. That's already happened. So that's why these spiritual practice, what I'm sharing with you, see, when you love that, you understand the benefit of that, that's a pleasure to do. But besides, if you don't love it for some reason, because you don't quite understand it, then it's a must. It's not a pleasure, it's a must. So that when somebody disturbs you, you're like, no worries. When people used to disturb me on my spiritual path, I loved it. You believe I loved it? Because it would, see, how I respond to that, see, really shows the fruit of my practice. And then I'm like, wow, I love this practice. I love it. It's like a tournament in tennis, So it's no longer an attitude of, I hope everyone treats me really nice at work. It totally changes to, I'm ready for any battle. Just the attitude alone, Can you imagine just the attitude alone? You've already conquered it 90% already. Just the attitude alone. Like this. So then with that, you go through life. Embracing everything. embracing relationships, not afraid the partner says, oh, I'm not sure it's going to work out with you. You totally embrace it. You embrace it. You love them. You love them if they stay, you love them if they leave. You embrace, you're not afraid. You start a business, you're not afraid if the business goes bust. You know? You just do it again. You're not afraid. But that comes from a practitioner. And that cannot happen through a course, even this course. That cannot happen. It must come from somebody who has a dream, you know? Somebody that wants to be that. Somebody that is curious to explore the divine aspect. I don't mean, this has nothing to do with which religion you belong to, you know. Like, it doesn't matter what religion you belong to, if you don't work at this, you're going to struggle in life. If you're an atheist but you work at this, you're going to be really stable. You couldn't be an atheist because once you start getting results, you're going to go, oh, where's that coming from? Not me. Or it must be someone. Like that. So, if you're asking for strategies and this and that, no, that won't work. Give up strategies. Give up quick fix, you know? I can tell you quick fix, I can tell you, but it'll be difficult to do it, you know, unless you're full-on a practitioner. You know? I can tell you many techniques that I use, but you really got to be full-on practicing. And then these techniques, these ways, this perspective really starts to happen, you know. Like use all different ways to make yourself inspired, to take on anything. You know? All different ways, all different perspectives. You know? But it all comes from inner strength. Without inner strength, forget about the strategies. I don't care where you go and learn, that won't work. That won't work. That's how it works. That's why living and practicing these, it's in our hands, isn't it? Who's going to do it for us? You know, like this. You know, like, I want to give you a mantra a bit later, a self-healing mantra. I am peace. I am love. I am perfect health. Who could find that difficult to practice? Later on, that mantra, I'm going to activate it, and you just chant that. And when you chant that, I'll heal you through that, like this. So, there's so many practice you can do. Who's got no energy to press play on the YouTube video that I create, the healing, you know? You know, when I create these videos, when I do this healing, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy, you know? Matter of fact, if a normal person took away, see how you're kind of glowing? If a normal person took away all this heavy energy out of you like this, all cumulative together, they'll be going to the hospital tonight. You have to understand that these negative energies, it makes just one person negative energy, it makes them sick. But I've taken on that many. Like this. Like this. But it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. There's no problem. But basically, overall, you've got to practice. I've created, I use a lot of energies to do what I'm doing. It's like, in my opinion, when you take one step towards God, God will take 100 steps towards you. I'm telling you it's true, but you've got to at least take one step. You know what I mean? Like this. See, most of the teachings is really convincing someone that this will save them. I'm telling you, most of the teaching is really convincing someone. It takes a lot of convincing. It takes a lot of convincing. I call that, I should use more accurate language. I call that brainwashing. I wash the rubbish out of your brains. Until you have no doubt of the power and magnificence in you. One lady, she was watching a healing video, she said on YouTube, and it was a back healing video, and she wrote in, I listened to your healing video, and I picture you healing my husband. She was listening to it, but she's picturing that I was healing not her, but her husband. Back pain or something, really bad back pain. And she said it worked. It cleared. He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. Like this, Anyway, in short, I've created all this. You have to. What can I say? What can I say? Easy stuff that anyone can do, and I'm begging people to do it. It's up to them to do it. And once you do this stuff, you do this practice, if you do this practice properly, if you do it properly, is that right? Properly, that's it. I think I'm saying German too long. My English is going a bit backwards. If you do this properly, you don't need to see me ever again. But if you don't do this properly, you will need to see me again. I'm telling you. Like this. Because then I'll clear.